What is up?
So,
What is up? What is up? What is up? So this is the talking place. This is us recording now. Now that now that we got everything settled officially on the way. This is I don't know. I don't even count episodes anymore. But this is, I have a guest this week. As you heard, I'm not by myself talking on my own. And this is Sara. How you doing?
I'm good. It's 11:43 p.m. on a Tuesday, but I did have a nap earlier, so I'm ready.
Yes, let's rub it in. Yeah, I know. I try, okay? Like I'm if it makes you feel any better, it's not like, first thing in the morning here, but I'm pretty slogging around. Like I'm still trying to get used to the school schedule and all that stuff. It's hard. It's hard to get used to it after a summer of doing nothing. So
yeah, that's valid. It's okay. I got to do overnights coming up, so I've got to get back into the habit of being awake.
Well, you got tomorrow off, right?
Yeah, I've got tomorrow off.
There you go. You're all right. You're fine. I don't feel as bad. But where are you? That it is currently almost midnight.
I am in Australia, specifically New South Wales.
There you go.
Which is on the East Coast.
All right. So if you have listened to the show before, you're not a stranger here. You've actually been on this show twice before. Do you remember this?
Oh, yeah, because I forgot. I remember that we recorded, but I forgot that it got split into two because we just couldn't stop talking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's a while ago. I mean, like I have to think about it sometimes. But the first time you came on here, we were just talking about Discord communities and books and, stuff like that. And then the second time, it was with Autumn, and it was, we discussed a whole bunch of stuff regarding book boxes and subscriptions and all this stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to have you on again. It's been a while since we chatted, at all about anything. It's been a pretty crazy time in the Discord, in the Fairyloot Discord, for you. So yeah, I just wanted to have another show, like, see what's up, see what's new, what you're reading and all that stuff. I don't want to really do the crazy behind the scenes stuff anyway. I just want to talk like what you've been reading, what you've been into, like, that type of stuff, and how you feel about in general the book scene. So I think we could have some good conversations there, because I got some thoughts. So
yeah, I think my thoughts have changed a lot since we last spoke.
Yeah, I'm gonna link everything in the show notes if anybody wants to listen to those shows again or for the first time or whatever. But I think if I remember correctly, the general vibe of both those shows were us, pretty into the hobby here of books and book collecting and all that stuff. So where are you right now?
I am still collecting, but I'm definitely not collecting as much. I'm very particular with the special editions that I do buy. Just the Australian dollar is pretty terrible. And so it's not what it used to be. And, what used to be like maybe an $70, $80 edition from Waterstones, for example, is now, it can be like $80 to $90. So I've just got to be a bit more selective. I think special editions are becoming more mainstream now, so I don't feel obligated to get like, a Fairyloot edition or a Waterstones edition, because it's getting to a point now in Australia where we're having special editions available in the store. So I can just go to the store and pick up, like, UK exclusives are also coming to Australia, so I can just get them in the store, which is great because it's like half the price of what I would spend buying it from the UK. In terms of subscriptions, I've just got Broken Binding, which I'm probably going to cancel. Fairyloot Epic, which I'll see what the next pick is like, but I will probably cancel.
Mm.
And then Evernight Horror, which I think is my favorite sub at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So you're currently working with. So what is that? 3?
3, yeah.
3? Yeah. All right. So that's. I mean, I think, like I said, if I remember, that's a pretty big change from last time. From.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I strongly agree because I was here earlier today. I was trying to think when was the last time that I was like really excited for some sort of special edition, subscription book, and I could not remember for the life of me. Like I couldn't think when was the last time that there was a Fairyloot or an Illumicrate edition that I was like, oh, I gotta get that. I have to get it. Like I've been out of it for a long time. I think even whenever it was the last time that we spoke with Autumn, that show, I think at that point I was even out of it. Like I was already out I wasn't down the street across the corner like I am right now, but I think I was like just heading out the door at that time. But
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know exactly like what I think. I don't know. I think you said it. There's a lot more access to special edition, nice looking books, that you could get from anywhere now.
Yeah.
So,
which is a good thing. And I know a lot of people talk about, like people who don't like special editions talk about how they hate that publishers are doing it now, but like it's always an option.
Mm-hmm.
You can either wait for that special edition if it's like the first printing to like not be printed anymore, or you can just buy the standard edition. And I think publishers doing it and just them becoming more mainstream is better for the people who have subscriptions, because it means that the subscription companies are going to have to up their standards and what they offer to compete with the market, because publishers can do them for so cheap. Like they're already printing the book. They don't have to pay for rights to print their own version. So it's going to, like, I think Fairyloot is hinting at starting to do overlays in the adult box as an add-on option. And that's just going to be a way that they're going to compete with publishers doing special editions now. And then we also predicted when we had the podcast with Autumn that they would do their own imprint, and they did. And that's going to be another way that they complete, because they'll make instead of the special edition is like, you can only get a special edition from us, it's going to be, you can only get a special edition of this book from us, because they have the rights to the publishing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's not the way, the time of, the same book having like 3 or 4 different special editions. Like that's going to be out the door.
I think we'll still see it. I just think even Fairyloot with Diabound, which I'm pretty sure that's in their imprint. It had a first print run with like 4 different, like they went the Stephanie Garber route where the hardcover had 4 different designs and edges. But then in terms of like a special edition, they've got their own through Fairyloot that they're doing. And I can see that like that will happen again with other books that they publish in their imprint, where the first printing might have a special edition, but for like, end paper art, etc., it'll be in the Fairyloot edition. And it's the same with like Illumicrate and Daphne Press, where they, do their imprint books in the monthly subscription. And then like they won't let other companies, like book box companies, do that special edition.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like back in the day, I was like, if Catabasis came out last year, I would have had every single edition pre-ordered.
Yeah.
And I just got the one. I got the Waterstones edition because I managed to get a signed edition, and I'm happy with that. I thought maybe I would want to get the spoiler alert for the August book, the Fairyloot edition, but like I'm fine not having it.
Yeah, well, let me tell you about catabasis. Uh, so, so this, I think, I think I'm pretty confident when I say that this book is the reason why we're talking right now, probably.
Mm-hmm.
because 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 there was hype for it for me when back when I first started everything. I just did a blog post on my blog about this. And my last podcast too, I think, was about it. But when I first started with the special edition, train that I was on for a while, the first book that did it was Babel. Babel. So, that was the first one that got me, that got its hooks in me. So, Catabasis came out, and I was like, all right, this is going to be the next one for me. This is something I was excited for it. I was, I knew it was, an author that I liked, and it was, something that interests me, piqued my interest and everything. So I was like, man, I wonder what are the, the special editions for it. And then I tripped and I fell into the rabbit hole again. And here I am. So, so, I saw that it was a sought after edition for Fairyloot, and I was like, okay, whatever, if I get it, I get it, whatever, I'm not going to go crazy like I used to go crazy. I already told myself I was happy actually with the Barnes and Noble, because I really don't like the cover here in the US. The cover, the dust jacket, I think sucks. But but I was like, all right, the edges look cool, especially in person. And on the computer screen they look horrible, but in person they look actually really good. And I was like, okay, I'll be happy with that. That's fine. But somebody that I'm cool with in the Discord, she was like, I don't want mine, and I could put it up for however much, but if you want it at a cost, I'll give it to you. So I was like, crap. All right. So here, I was like, here we go. This is like, the drug dealer seeing you walking down the street, like, hey, what's up? Like this what it felt like. But I got it here. I just got it in the mailbox yesterday, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. It looks great. It looks freaking awesome. I'm happy with how it looks. The color, a little bit off with the dust jacket, it's like kind of peachy, but it's like, I'm reading the book now and I'm about 75% the way through. I'm not going to spoil anything or anything, but it's like, it kind of goes, like I'm all right with it. I'm cool. I really do like, Illumicrate's edition a lot more. That's going off the monthlies. I think Broken Binding also had one that I was eyeing for a while. That's the one that I was really going to jump into, because I felt like it went with Babel a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that's a nice one. But I got this one. I'm happy with it. I'm not going to go crazy. Like I was there. I was on the edge and I was teetering on it. Like, how many copies of this book do I need? And I was like, nope, just one. That's fine. I'm good. I went and bought the Barnes and Noble one, and I found one that had a pin, that they came with a free pin and everything. And then
nice.
And then I had it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, man, this dust jacket. And I don't know, like I just couldn't. And then I knew I was getting the other one from Fairyloot, so I was like, okay, I returned it. And I was like, okay, I just need one. I'm fine. It's like, I still have it in me, I still have the bug in me, I guess. And this book, set me off and reminded me about it. And, it's just like, I'm able to control it now, I guess. Like, I feel like I'm not at the mercy of needing every book that comes out and everything that I see, so it's good. I feel older. I feel more mature about it. So we'll see how long that lasts. I don't know.
Yeah, you're back in it now, so who knows?
Yeah.
I did have the Barnes and Noble edition pre-ordered in like the moment of, getting caught up in the excitement of all the editions being announced, and I think I pre-ordered it when we didn't know what the Waterstones edition looked like, and I was like, what if the Waterstones edition sucks? But then I ended up canceling it because I was like, I don't need two copies, and luckily I did because it has the printing error, so. Um, Apparently, there's like a massive print error in the US edition.
I heard about
So
that.
I just have the Waterspoons edition, which I think it actually looks way better in person than I thought it would. It's a really cool edge.
For the Waterstones. I think I've seen the Waterstones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's got like the stairs on the edge.
Yes. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I dug that one. I when looking at them both, I think I would have gone the Waterstones as well. But yeah, like I said, Barnes Noble, it looks really cool. It does, like, it's for the edges on its own. If that's your thing, that you're trying to get all collect all the edges, that's a good one to get. I like that one. But
yeah.
So yeah, it's like taking a step back from the book boxes and taking the break that I did, and seeing how it was. Like, a big part of it for me that made me like take that step back was, one, I was running out of bookshelf space. So that was like number one. It was like I didn't like I was done playing musical chairs with my space here. So I was like, okay, I don't need no more books. I can't. I don't want to buy no more bookshelves right now, and these are I didn't want to do it. So I was like, whatever. And then, like, I started to look at things differently. And at that point, I was looking at all the different books that always got announced, that always came out for whatever sub that I was on. I think I was only on Fairyloot and Illumicrate and Owlcrate. Fairyloot I got rid of first because you could only skip so much. Illumicrate, actually, it was just a few months ago that I guess they realized that I was still standing there, not buying anything for a long time. And they saw that I was just there, like, doing nothing, taking up space. So they were like, yeah, you got to go. I was like, okay, fine. It was only a matter of time.
I think you're probably the first person I've heard who's actually cancelled, because it's not like a definitive your sub will be cancelled. It's like, we reserve the right.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wonder if it was it when they did their edition of Rose in Chains?
I have no idea,
because I wonder if they cleared a lot of people out in like preparation for that sale, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there was something that went on, that it was like something popped up, and it was like, it was like, okay, this is done now. You're finished. Because, like, I'm telling you, it was well over a year, maybe a year and a half, that I was just not doing anything. I was not getting anything. Like, there was nothing going on. And, oh, look, here it is. Okay. It was in June. So whatever it was in June, that's when
I'm pretty sure that was when the Rose and Chain sale was. Let me have a look.
Yeah, they said it's been 10 months or longer since I last received the box. So they...
Oh, no, it's in May. Interesting. It's in May. Maybe they just had like a lot of people join the wait list, so they wanted to clear some room.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, oh, that's dumb. Whatever. That's fine. But whatever. I was all right with it. I knew it was coming. Owlcrate, hoping that they don't listen to this. I'm still actually subscribed to them. They're the only ones that I'm still a part of. They also have the unlimited skip thing. So it's like, I have a reminder set the end of the month to remind myself to just go in there and cancel, because I don't even look anymore. I don't even look to see what they have. Like, it's been like that for me, but like, it's times like this where if they were doing, Catabasis, I would have jumped on that. you know, if
Yeah.
they did have
At
one.
least they're US based for you, so it's not like
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
yeah, it's not like you don't have to deal with the currency conversion and everything. It's not as bad.
Hmm. Well, the shipping still sucks, I think. So,
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, they don't utilize media mail. Like they still charge like arm and a leg
Oh,
for shipping. But
right.
but yeah, it's like when I was getting out of it, when I was over it, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm not dealing with this no more. I realized something about book boxes in general, like fantasy and all that. Like they they just all started to blur together. Like
Yeah.
so many books. Like this is our special edition. This is ours. And it's like they just all look the same to me after a while.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even not even in just looks, but like, you know, the descriptions, the stories themselves. It was like, you know, I feel like I was getting scammed. Like everybody, all these book boxes are just selling us the same books over and over. And I was just like, okay, I'm done. I can't do it no more. I'm not keeping up with it, you know, and I held on for as long as I can with Illumicrate and Owlcrate, you know, just because like, you know, I know that at one point I did really love it and I'll probably get into it again. But
Mm.
but you know, here I am, like, you know, just sitting back, and I still have that mentality. I still have that everything's the same feel, you know, like, but at the same time, I'm still open for something that's new and coming up if it's cool or whatever. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I don't even remember when I cancelled my Fairyloot. Oh, it was when I got off the Broken Binding waitlist.
Okay.
That's when I cancelled Fairyloot because for me it was the sequels. Because Fairyloot does so many like duology series, and then you have to buy the sequels. Like, I've got so many Fairyloot books where I have book one, but I didn't get book two because I just couldn't afford to spend, you know. And sometimes there'd be like two or three in like a 2 week period, which is like I get paid fortnightly. I'm not spending like $300 on books in a
Yeah.
fortnight. Like that's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I opted for Broken Binding instead, because you get the like the whole series in them. But I think I'm probably going to cancel Broken Binding because as much as I love their editions, I haven't read any of them. Some books, like some of their series, I've already read. So it's like I got these because I really loved the books originally. But I haven't read any of the ones that I haven't read yet. And then they're kind of in my bad books at the moment. So I don't really want to give them any more of my money.
So you're not feeling them, or like
Yeah. So I noticed they announced an edition of the Saint of Steel series by T. Kingfisher, and T. Kingfisher is probably, I would say, my second favorite author behind Garth Nix, or maybe tied with Garth Nix. And when they announced them, they were like very plain. So the edges were just solid sprayed. The hardcover foil was the same on all four books. And the covers were just the paperback covers, but in hardback. And I kind of noticed, and I was like, a lot of their editions that they do for female authors in particular, compared to the ones that they do for male authors, are very lackluster. So they get like very minimal customizations. And then I kept seeing it. They announced another series. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. And again, it was the trad cover, block sprayed edges, like nothing fancy. I think the fanciest edition they've done this year is Catabasis, and like that's a given because it's going to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, it was Blood Over Brighthaven, which again, very popular hyped book. It's going to sell.
Yeah. When I was looking on their site for Catabasis, I saw that one, and I'm like, oh man, because that was a book that I was really interested in, and that I wanted to buy, like just a regular standard of it.
Mm-hmm,
and then I was like, oh, let me put them both in my cart, and like, no, that was a mistake. It was it was like $20 in shipping or something like that. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah. And then I looked into it a bit more, and I noticed that there was a trend with the way they promoted female authors on their page, which is that they didn't really And I sent them an email to be like, hey, can you do better? Like, it's great that in their fantasy sub, they alternate between male and female authors. Mm. And I was just like, look, I don't know if this is intentional or not, but this is a trend that I've noticed. And like, it's 2025. You need to do a bit better than that.
Yep.
And the response was that I got, because I sent it to like their CS and I said, hey, can you please forward this to them? And it got sent from like someone with a name at Broken Binding email address. So I don't remember what their role was in the company. And their response was very hostile and defensive. And like, I was polite in my email. I just said like, this is the stats that I've gathered from this year alone. Like, I'm sure in previous years, it's probably worse. And they were like, they can't be discriminating against women. Our social media person is a woman. And I was like, okay. And then they also went through my order history and they were like, we're disappointed to see that you haven't bought many books by female authors from our store.
Oh, man.
And I was like, if you look through my order history, you'll see that I've purchased probably, I think I've made 2 orders.
Yeah.
One of them was for Legends and Lattes, and then the other was for Blood Over Brighthaven. Aside from my sub, that's the only orders I've made in the store. But I was just like, what a weird thing to bring up. And I was like, maybe I would purchase the books by female authors if you put the same amount of effort in that you do to your male authors. Anyways, it put a really, really bad taste in my mouth. I kept trying to draft a response to the email and I was like floored. I couldn't even, I couldn't believe that they were like, well, you're not buying any female books. Yeah. It's like, well, because you're doing a terrible job at them. Also, I'm in Australia. I have to be selective about what books I buy because they're so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So I skipped my last sub with Broken Binding just because I was transitioning from to a new job. And I didn't know like how money was going to be as I started it. But I will probably cancel. I'll probably cancel once the new sub book is revealed, just because I don't really want to give them any more of my money when that was the response to the discrepancy was really bad. I think I pinned the stats in the Discord when they were promoting like books for sale in their non-special edition store. It was like 75% men compared to women. Just Instagram posts promoting their editions again was like 75% men compared to women, and this is like editions of their books. I think the only time they posted female authors was Catabasis and their sub books, whereas like male authors got like non-sub books posted frequently. So it's just really disappointing, and it's a shame because I love their editions, I love the company, but I've got to be I guess I got to put my money where my mouth is. I called them out and said that it's not acceptable. So
yeah, I mean that was a pretty crappy response. I think that was like a deflection, like like you're calling us out, but you're not doing what you're saying anyway. So whatever, like discrediting where you're coming from, trying to make themselves still come out better. I guess I don't know. It seems pretty crappy.
Yeah, just the fact that they went through my order history, I was like, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
because even if I wasn't a customer, it's still like my criticism is still valid. If I was just like a passing observer, it's still valid for me to bring this up. So
maybe you want to be, maybe you're a wannabe customer, and you notice this, so
exactly. So yeah, I would say like 99% chance I will cancel, and I will send them an email saying this is why I'm canceling, because the response was just crazy.
Yeah. I haven't done much with Broken Binding. They have like the best packaging, I think. Like it's like an experience when you're opening one of their books. But the most that I've done with them was actually the Andy Weir trilogy, the Martian, Artemis, Project Hail Mary. I did that, and actually that, there you go. That's the last special edition books that I was excited for that I got. So that answers that question. They actually, Project Hail Mary is my favorite book, like in recent recent times. So I was very excited for that. And, you know, I was happy with the way they came out, and they look pretty awesome, and they feel great. The edges are, you know, they leave something to be desired, most definitely. But they're there, kinda, sorta. But at the same time, you know, the dust jacket, the hardback, you know, everything looks amazing. And, you know, look at that. They are male Arthur. It's a male Arthur. So, you know, it's so you know, I think I also picked up Legends and Lattes from them as well, when they got restocked at one point. And when I was in their store for Catabasis, I saw that they have the third book for Legends and Lattes.
I picked up the third book because I have the first two. I think I got the first two when they had a sale.
Yes.
So I picked up the third book to complete it because it's my only like completed set of the series. I've got like book 1 from Fairyloot, book 2 from Bookish Box, book 1 from Litjoy.
Yeah, I mean, did they have the book by itself on the site? Because when I was looking, they had the third book, but it was only part of a bundle with the other 2 books. So
I don't know, because I had early access because I bought books 1 and 2. I imagine they'll probably add the single ones once those have gone out and they have like leftover stock. Hopefully, anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I would like to get one to match, but you know, I'm not gonna go crazy over it. You know, from what I remember about the second Legends and Lattes book whatever. Like, see, I don't even remember. Like, I wasn't too thrilled about it compared to the first one. So, you know, I've been meaning to reread it to see maybe if I'll get into it differently. But I'm not too crazy hyped over the third one so far until I hear more about it, you know. But we'll see how it goes. I don't know. But
I just love the world. But I agree. Yes. I like obviously Legends and Lattes was just so perfect. And then I'm pretty sure book 3 doesn't have oh my god, what is her name?
Viv.
Not Viv.
The other one.
Yeah. Oh my god, what's her name?
The succubus?
Oh no, Viv. Yeah, no, Viv. I was thinking Viv was a succubus. It doesn't have Viv at all. So I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that.
yeah, that's gonna be weird. Oh man.
But it does have Fern, who I love.
But that's which one is that one?
That's a little mouse, the book.
Okay.
He had the bookstore.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm with you now. See, it's been a while, but I'm a poser here these days. So I'm trying to make it like I know what I'm talking about sometimes, but I'm not attached to Broken Binding, like, you know, at all. So it's like, it's crazy to hear that that's the route that they go with stuff, especially when replying to people who are, you know, subscribed to them and all that. So that's good to be out there, I guess, for anybody else who needs to hear it. But but yeah, you know, talking about Andy Weir actually and sci-fi, when Owlcrate was doing their pre-order tickets for their new subs that they were introducing, I guess that could be timed to when I was getting out of it, because I was really excited for the sci-fi subscription that they had, and I pre-ordered it. I put $25 down and everything. I never went through with getting any of their books. So
oh no.
Yeah, so they have $25 of mine that I gotta get back at some point. And they said if you didn't get a book with the $25, that it just goes into my account as a credit or something, as whatever points are the points that they have. But there's nothing there. So I'll have to go and contact them and see what's going on. But I'm afraid to, because then they're going to look up my stuff and be like, hey, you, it's been a while here, man. Like, so so I'm afraid to, like, you know, have them look at me right now until I'm ready to actually buy something. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. maybe wait till there's a book in the
Exactly. Yeah.
coming up that you like.
Mm-hmm. Just one fell swoop. Like, yeah, give my money, put it here. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, book boxes. They're gonna book box, and they're gonna keep on. It's a big moment of clarity for me that I had was that while they're all, pretty nice to look at, they're cool, different, unique. I'm all right, like with something from the store, like I'm all right going to the bookstore, picking something up. I mean, there's a magic in there too that you can't get when you're online clicking buttons, buying a book, and then waiting, 6-7 months until it's delivered. And, it's like I was making peace with that, like when I was getting out of the book boxes and everything. But I have a whole bunch of books in my list that I want to get that are just like regular old, standard copies and everything. I don't know really, like, like we talked, like I said about Catabasis, that I'm back in looking and admiring and stuff, but I'm not really sure like if I am going to make the jump back into looking at anything. Do you think that's going to be where you're at, like with wherever your head is at right now? Like, do you think you're going to be to that point where you just don't care about anything and you're just putting everything behind you now with all the special edition stuff?
I think I don't think I'll do a monthly subscription again. I think like Evernight Horror is quarterly, and that's perfect for me. Like I've read, I think all but one of my Evernight books, which is the very first one, but that one's leaning a bit more sci-fi horror, which isn't really my jam. And then Fairyloot Epic, it's too soon to say. Like they've only done 2 books.
Okay.
I like what they've done with them so far, but it's like male author, another male author. And I kind of just don't like if I'm canceling the Broken Binding for like not promoting female authors, I think it would be disingenuous for me to keep Fairyloot if they're doing the same thing, even though they promote, obviously their other subscriptions are primarily female authors, just because that's who's writing the genres that they're putting in their subs. But I think I expected Epic Fantasy to also be on the same vein of promoting female authors as well. So I'm hoping that the next 2 picks will be for female authors, and maybe they'll do like 2 and 2 or something like that. But I think it'll depend on what kind of books they release. But I also find with like epic fantasy books, and just books in general, I've been doing audiobook a lot this year. Just because I can't sit still. So like it takes, like, for me to actually read a physical book, I have to like sit down and like really get into it before I'm committed to reading that book. Whereas if it's an audiobook, I can put it on while I'm doing housework or while I'm crafting or what have you. Like I can do it at the same time as other stuff. So I've been doing a lot of audiobooks, which I think also has helped me kind of move on from, oh my God, I need a copy of this book. Oh, I may as well get the special edition. It's like, well, I can just get the audiobook and it's not taking up shelf space. Like I've got one shelf left on my special edition shelf. And like, I don't think I can squeeze another bookshelf in my office. So that's also helped. But I can't keep up with the number of books that I've been getting. So Evernight, I think, is my favorite sub that I've had. Their editions are stunning. Their picks are fantastic. So I don't think I would ever get rid of that one. But also I lied. I am subscribed to Illumicrate as well. But only for their September book, which I read an arc of and absolutely loved it. So, and then I'll probably get their October book, but then I won't get any others.
Yeah. I was about to ask which one, but I know people are iffy about spoilers with stuff.
I'll send it in Discord.
All right. So,
and then I'll also send.
I almost read it out loud.
Sorry for the listeners. This is my review of the book. It's just a photo of me crying.
Yeah. So I take it you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. I think I like read it for like 6 hours straight to finish it. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
That's
very
good.
excited for the edition.
You see, that's when it's good. That's when, you know, keeping on, holding on to these things, that's like you get one that like really hits you and you really want like something nice on your shelf for it, you know? So it's good you still got it.
Yeah. And I think for books like that, it's very, like, especially Fairyloot editions, it's so easy to get them secondhand. Like, I really loved the May YA book, The Floating World.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably going to be my top 5 of the year. Axio she just hits for me into like the cozy, whimsical fantasy vibes. And I've found a copy so easy for sale. And like, I think like I feel like it's one book a year where it's like crazy prices, maybe 2.
Yeah.
Like it'll be Catabasis. I think The Night and the Moth has dropped down in prices now.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Divine Rivals a couple of years ago.
Yes, yeah.
But the majority of them, you can find them for price. So I think that's another reason why I'm like, I don't really need to be subscribed. Yeah. And then places like The Broken Binding, like they do reprints of their special editions in the stores so much. Like Catabasis, that was a reprint and it's still in stock. Like there's no FOMO anymore.
It's funny because I remember that was another reason why I backed out of it. You know, when I was really crazy into it and everything was going on and it was like, you know, like there was a lot of good books coming out, good special editions and everything. It was like you had a bank. It's like you had your own personal bank on your bookshelves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's how I saw it. I was like, okay, I got all these books. I love them. You know, I'm going to keep them and all that stuff. But if I needed something and, you know, I didn't have the money for it, you know, I had my shelf that I was like, I'll be all right letting go of these, letting go of like this section right here. And it's fine. And it's like, you know, it was at a point where you could pick one and be like, all right, this is going to sell for this much. And it's a given. Like, you know, it's like, this is basically worth its weight in money, you know? So, and it got to the point where like I was getting a book because I had to get a book because I had to get, you know, Fairyloot or whatever, you know, I had some that I had here that I wanted to get rid of because I needed some money for something. And I couldn't, it's like, I felt like I couldn't pay people to take it from me. Like,
yep.
I feel like the bubble popped. Like, you know,
yeah, 100%.
When I was, this is back when I was still into it, you know, that the bubble popped. Like I felt like, and you know, this was a reason why I stopped communicating in the Discord because I felt like I was the only one. I felt like it was just me, like it was a me thing. So it's like talking to you now is like, why does nobody else talk about this? Like, why does nobody say anything? But yeah, like I just felt like it was done. Like, you know, people were just not treating it with the same level of excitement and hype that they used to treat it. Like, you know, when the Emily Wilds were coming out and, you know, Fourth Wing was out and, you know, like that type of stuff. So it's like there was a point where, you know, it was huge and everybody was going crazy for it. And, you know, everybody got excited when Barnes and Noble had something with a stenciled edge on it or something, you know, but it just went away. It went away almost overnight. It feels like. So like, I was like, I'm done. Like I think that was like one of the nails in the coffin that I was like, okay, I'm finished with this. Like it's no point. There's no reason for me to keep going.
Yeah. I feel like it was this year that it kind of dropped. Because I I did I tried to do like a massive cull of my shelves, and I think the only two that I managed to sell was my first edition, like US Fourth Wing. I sold that, and then Yellowface. But Yellowface took me months to sell, and I wasn't even listing it for that. I think it was $10 above what it cost me. That I sold it for like $90, and it took me months, which I know like it's like one of those books where people either really liked it or they weren't a fan because it was like it wasn't fantasy.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but like the special edition just wasn't doing anything for me, so I was like, it can go off my shelf. But then you do see books that are crazy expensive still, like the Page and Wick Sword of Kaigen. That's still selling for a stupid amount.
Yeah.
But that did initially come out when there's a smaller number of them.
Yes. Yeah.
I think Fairyloot, Howl's Moving Castle set, I think is selling for a bit, which is surprising because they were in the store for so long.
Yes, I remember that. I actually bought that. I remember. That was when I was teetering. And I was back and forth, and I was like, okay, I want to get that. And I actually bought it and everything, and I wound up canceling it because I was just like, because I was like, okay, let me get in on this, and it'll be cool to have, and then if something happens that I don't want it no more, I can sell it. But then it was in the store for like weeks. Like it felt like it was in the store forever. So I was like, okay, everybody that wants it is going to get it. So it's not like it's going to be going for any big price or anything. So I was like, okay, let me just cancel it now.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I think it's going for like maybe $400 or $500 in Australia.
That's craziness.
Yeah. But then like Emily Wilde, well, I don't think I've seen many of them for sale, but I don't think they're going for as high amount. I honestly think people buy price things based on the aesthetic because like as much as I love Howl's Moving Castle, don't get me wrong, I think the books are really cute. It's not as good to me as Emily Wilde.
As far as the story goes, or the edition?
Yeah, as far as the story, like the movie is better than the book.
Okay.
But in terms of like the actual story, Emily Wilde is better to me, and it's also more relevant today. Like Howl's Moving Castle it's a children's book, and only the first one was made into a movie. Emily Wilde is like, a recent adult series, but it's kind of plain in comparison to the Howl's Moving Castle editions, even though the edges are just the cover on the edge.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time the aesthetic of the book comes into it, like the August epic book, spoilers, just like people are starting to get that. And some people are selling it, like are already planning to list it less than they purchased it from Fairyloot.
Yes.
Just based on what it looks like.
I actually saw that last night on Reddit.
Yeah. I actually really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just because it's yellow and green, which is like,
yeah. I mean, it is different.
So different to what they do. But I haven't seen that in person yet. So, but yeah, I think a lot of the time the design and the aesthetic of the book matters more, like when it comes to pricing.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's a given, I guess you would say, because there could be a special edition of a really amazing book. And there could be like two special editions of it. One of them is boring and plain. The other one looks nice. The one that looks nice is the one that's going to be sought after and going crazy for. So I don't know. It's all fluctuating with the market. It's a weird world. These book collectors and what they do. Yeah.
Is the book collecting market dying? A sign of the new sign of recession?
Oh my god.
When they're like romance movies coming back is a sign of recession. Well, now it's like you can't sell your books for cost. Exactly. A sign of the recession.
Yeah, I started to get worried back then when I couldn't sell. What was it? There was one that did me in. I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm quitting tomorrow. It was Fairyloot. Oh, Swordcatcher?
Oh yeah,
I think
that's because Illumicrate 8.
yeah, I think it was Swordcatcher. That's the one. That one messed me up. That one, I wanted to write someone like a really angry letter because I was like, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this no more. You all lied to me, and pulling the rug out from under me. I'm not doing it no more. Like that made me mad. And then like I got it, and I got it like last. Like everybody in the world got theirs, and I got mine last. So like I put it up, and I could only sell it for like, I think I lost money on that one. That was like ridiculous.
I think I sold mine for cost because I have the Illumicrate edition, which is just superior.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a lot nicer. That's true. I don't know. But I don't, is there something else? Because we're about to hit around an hour here. I could keep going, but you know, it's probably like 1 a.m. for you over there now.
No, it's only 12:30.
Oh, there you go. So we've established that, you know, the boxes are dead, right? That's it. That's breaking news.
It's a dying business. Fairyloot will announce bankruptcy.
Yep.
Next week. Ames, I think it's Ames in the Discord. Is gonna kill me because she's done like a whole like financial analysis of Fairyloot and Illumicrate, and like their profits are like insane.
I'm sure they are. Anyway. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like
they're fine.
I think about it and I'm like, okay, I'm a dude, right? I'm reading books. I love them, but it's not like my primary hobby, you know, like, but there's people out there who this is their thing. And it's like, they are still deep in there. So like, I'm sure they're still doing okay. Like, I'm sure everything's fine with the financials of these businesses and stuff. But you know, it is what it is. Like, it's, everybody's got their thing that they're into, you know, like, and sometimes it doesn't matter, even if a bubble pops, you know, even if things change and like, you know, you could see a shift in like popularity in the market and, you know, whatever it is, like, even if all that happens, there's still going to be enough people to keep it going, you know? So.
Yeah, absolutely. And there'll be people who are like new to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't think special editions are going away anytime soon. I think they're just becoming more and more popular. Because like, if you were a publisher and you're like, I'm never going to do special editions, like, why would you not? You are just like, it's printing money.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, and it's great. Like, I love it. They still bring me joy. It's just not a hyper focus like it was for me. I don't have the time I wouldn't say time. I've got the time. I don't have the mental fortitude to commit to, like, the people who sit and read physical books, like, constantly, so powerful, could never be me. So like, I want to say maybe I can actually check my story graph. I think I've read maybe 5 physical books this year, and the rest have been audiobooks.
Yeah.
Just because it's, you know, I can play PlayStation and you know, do other things at the same time. So
well, yeah. you're not a faker. You're not a poser with me, because I like, I've said it before. I don't know how much people remember or if, you know, it's known or whatever, but I am like 100% primarily an audiobook reader. Like, I cannot pick up a book. Like, it's funny because over the past like week or two, I've had the urge. Like, I've had the urge to just chill and sit down and like actually open a book and read it like that. And that's the first time I've had that feeling in I don't know how long. Like, I have not like even remotely thought about actually reading a book with my eyes. Like, like you said, I'm too busy. Like, I cannot like take the time to do that, because I'm always feeling like I have to do something. I always feel like I have to work on something or try and produce something or try and like, you know, be creative in some way, you know? So it's like if I'm not listening to an audiobook while I'm cleaning or cooking or like, you know, doing whatever, like I'll put one on and I'll get on my iPad at nighttime and I'll like be making stickers, you know, I'll be doing something that, you know, I could just zone out and listen while also doing something else, you know? So it's like books are awesome. And I love having them on my shelf as far as being a collector goes, because that's, you know, bottom line, that's me. That's what I am. I'm a collector. You know, I'm always going to be like that. I'm always going to have that tendency. So it's like, I love being able to just like look on the shelf and see I have that, you know? And even so, like that's what I shifted to after all of the book box craze died for me and everything. I shifted to like just having on my shelf the books that I want on there, you know, the ones that I feel like I need a physical copy of. So that's why like I wanted to like focus on that. That's why I have a whole big list on Amazon of like, you know, just regular old books to get from Amazon that I just want physical copies of. I want like all of the Tolkien books, like the Middle Earth books, like, you know, I want all the Witcher books, you know, I want all the Dungeon Crawler Carl books. Like I have these different things that I want just to have them so that, you know, maybe one day, you know, a friend or one of my kids or my wife would be like, hey, I want to read a book, you know, and I just go over to the shelf, pull one out. Like, this is the one that you want to read.
My partner made the mistake of asking for a book recommendation. And look, I did well. Like he's only read 1.5 books at the moment. But he read The Dead Take the A Train by Cassandra Core, and I forget who the other author is because it's co-written. Richard Kadri. So he read that, and then he's like, I want to say 75% through Blood Over Brighthaven, but he's been reading it for like a year.
Oh my God.
But he's not a reader, and he is like, he's doing his graduate degree and now he's doing his master's, so he just doesn't have as much time.
That's understandable.
Yeah, but I did get him a copy of Cass Core's new horror book, The Library at Hellebore, so we can do a buddy read together, because I've got it's the July edition. I got my Evernight edition of it. So I got him his own special edition so we can read together, but his edition is delayed. So this book that I was like super hyped to read, I can't read it.
Oh man.
But yeah, like I like having a shelf for that, because like sometimes he does get the urge to read and I'm like, let me give you a recommendation. Like I think of them as art. Like as much as like I don't mesh with like Fairyloot's like picks very often.
Yeah.
Like I do appreciate the artistry that goes behind their design. So
yeah, that's how I feel about the hardback for Catabasis. Like that is like I showed the wife when it came in. I'm like, look at this, and I put it in her face, and she was just like rolling her eyes, like, oh my God, here we go again. Like, and I'm like, no, don't get scared. I'm all right. I'm good. I learned my lessons. So
I think taking a break helps.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Like you take a step back. You're able to look and see like all the crazy people and like how they're frantic about everything. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No.
Watching everyone freak out during a sale.
Yes. Yeah, and you see, that's what Catabasis did for me too. Cause it's like, it reminded me of Babel. Like it reminded me of that. Like the excitement, the craziness, the going in and trying to do the Fairyloot sales and all this. Like, you know, it's like it brought me back to that time when I was like getting into it. So, you know, it did something good. Like we'll see how it finishes out. Cause I'm almost there. But I'm not saying nothing. But yeah, so you've been doing primary audiobooks more or less. What
Mm-hmm.
has there been anything, in the past, in this year, that like really stood out to you that was like, like you really need to listen to this audiobook, or is it just all like, that they're audiobooks being read to you and you're fine with that?
I think for me, I'm trying to remember. I've read like 55 books
Oh no,
this year.
that's
I'm like,
craziness.
I'm so excited because I set my goal for 52.
Yeah.
So
my goal was 10 and I hit it, so I'm good.
Well, there you go. That's good. I set my goal to 52 because I had it that last year and I didn't hit it, but I wasn't as into audiobooks last year as I am. Like I got into audiobooks in like the second half of the year.
Okay.
So I knew that I was going to hit 52, even if I had like last month, I did 2 audiobooks and I think one was a novella.
Mm.
I was doing a Final Fantasy X playthrough. So that took all my attention. And then also I watched Love Island.
Oh my God.
And that kind of consumed me.
Mm-hmm.
But things I've read recently. So I listened to the Little Thieves trio. So Little Thieves Painted Devil's Holy Terrors.
Okay.
Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Give me 14 more of them right now. I just finished House of the Beast by Michelle Wong, which I really liked. It's a standalone. That'll probably go in my top 5 of the year. What else? Oh, Once Was Willem, which I actually think you would really like.
Which one?
Once Was Willem by M.R. Carey.
Okay.
It's like this kid dies and his parents go to a wizard to be like, hey, can you bring him back to life?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, sure. And he brings him back, but he doesn't come back as himself. So that's why he's called Once Was Willem, because he was
okay.
once Willem, but he's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so he comes back and he's like all like, I think he's a revenant. So he's like all like gruesome looking, and the villagers end up like chasing him out of the village.
Jeez.
And so it's like this really wonderful like found family story, but then they've also got to like beat a big bad. It was really beautifully written. Like I loved it a lot. It was meant to be on my July TBR, and I picked it up in preparation, and then I finished it in one sitting. It's only, I think it's 10 hours total. So if you speed it up, it's like 5 hours total.
Yeah. Speeding up is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never heard of it. I never heard of that one. Gotta look and see.
Yeah. I got recommended like in my YouTube recommendations, this random booktuber I'll find there. And it was one of the books that he was excited about. And like, I don't know, like sometimes if someone's like really excited about a book, I will add it to my TBR based on their excitement alone.
Yep.
And so it's Charlie Read a Book on YouTube. They've got like, I think at the time they had like 500 subscribers and now up to 838. And he was talking about the book and I was like, he seemed really excited about it. He sold it really well. And I was just like, yeah, sure, I'll add it to the TBR. And then I think he really ended up really liking it too. So shout out to Charlie on YouTube. And then The Floating World, the audiobook, like the narrator for that is really good as well. If you like Final Fantasy video game, the vibes in that are immaculate. I think those are my like big standouts. Oh, I read Legendborn, so I've read the first 2. I haven't read the third one yet, but I really enjoyed those.
That's been on my list forever.
They're really, really good. They're YA, but they don't read like YA. Not to say that like YA has like a certain style of writing, just the themes that they explore aren't themes that you usually find in YA books, and they're explored really well.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. And I also am just a sucker for like the, Excalibur, Legend of Arthur kind of tales. So it's nice to see a spin on it.
Yeah.
I also really liked the Singing Hills cycle by Nevo. They're like these really short novellas. like it's like 2 hours and 25 minutes, 2 hours 55. Like they're very, very short.
Yeah.
And it's basically just about a monk who is from like the Singing Hills Church, essentially records history and like stories and stuff like that. So it's this monk going around and collecting like folk tales and legends and myths and history, and then recording them and taking them back to their temple. They're really good. They're like perfect like folk tale vibes. So yeah, those are my standouts.
That's the book. That's the book. The actual tales that the monk is collecting, like that.
Yeah, so each book is like a new kind of tale, but it's kind of, the story is told while something else is happening, and then they kind of link together.
Yeah.
So it's like she'll go to like a village, for example, and the village will have this myth about XYZ, and then something is happening that will link the current state of the village to the past state of the village. And it's just done so seamlessly. But yeah, to be honest, I haven't read many books that I didn't like this year. I think I've read maybe like 3 books off the top of my head that I was like, wow, this was garbage. I was going to say, is Catabasis the only book that you've read recently, or like have you been reading secretly in the background?
Oh yeah, I've been very secretly in the background, like, cause it's like I think it was 2023. 2023 is when like I started to like really jump into like reading a lot. And I remember this because, like I said, I just did a blog post on it because I have a little series going on the blog for the top 5 books that I read in 2023. And I started writing that like, a year and a half ago. And I never finished it. I never got back into finishing the series. So I started like finishing it up now. So like that was when I read like 20 something books. I think like 24, 25 books in the year. And that was the most that I've read like ever. But ever since then, it's been like, declining, like not as many. So I set my goal this year for 10 books, and I already hit that. Like I just finished the 10th one. So like I upped it to 15 now to see if I could do that before the end of the year, because now, I've been pretty lax with it. Like I haven't been like focusing on listening to audiobooks. I've been, going more the YouTube route, like, seeing what vloggers are doing for whatever, for gaming, for reading, for, stuff that, I'm into. Movies is a big thing that I'm looking at YouTube too, like, different collecting for 4Ks and steelbooks and stuff like that. So it's like, I got other things that were taking precedence throughout the year. And recently, like, I was like, okay, let me get back into trying to read more and all that stuff. And then Catabasis came out, and like, that's what I've been focusing on now. So it's like, I feel like now I'm going to like breeze through, 5 or 6 books between now and the end of the year and get more going. But yeah, I was reading, what was it? Circe.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Madame Miller. I gave that. I was excited. I was excited for that for a long time. I'm really big into Greek mythology. I really like it, really enjoy it. And when I get into it, like I get like really into it. Like I'm like head over heels. Like this is my era now that I'm listening to Greek mythology and getting into it. So the beginning, like I was like, holy crap, this is great. I love this. And it was like 70% through that it just like fell off a cliff for me. And like I was just like, I'm done. Like this is horrible. Like it was so interesting. It was so good and so intriguing. And then something like made a huge turn and it went in a different direction for me. And I was just like, nah, like I just cannot. And like then it took me like 2 months to get through like just like, you know, a chapter and a half, 2 chapters listening to the audiobook. Like I just didn't want to I didn't want to press play. And when I did press play, I was like having to rewind it because I wasn't caring. So I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like it was like 80-90% of the way through. And I just like, I tossed it. I was like, I'm not even going to bother. Like, you know, that like killed me for a while, but there was good ones though. Like there was some good ones. I discovered Dungeon Crawler Carl, this year. So that's been something. I don't know if have you checked those out or no?
I haven't checked them out. I don't know if, because it's like lit RPG. And I listened to Heretical Fishing, which is like an isekai. So he goes into a world where like fishing is, well, heretical, but all he wants to do is fish. And I think if I was an Australian, I probably would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But the main character is Australian, and it's written by an Australian, but it's very much like other countries writing what they think Australians sound like. Like he just used colloquialisms and like slang that isn't really used in Australia anymore unless you're like 80 years old. And it was just like it was supposed to make him endearing, but it just made him come off as very obnoxious and condescending.
Yeah.
But I have heard a lot. Yeah, I have heard a lot about Dungeon Crawler Carl, so maybe I'll give it another go. Yeah, Heretical Fishing wasn't for me, which sucks because I was like, you know, I love supporting Australian authors, and I don't know, like there was a plot, but then there wasn't, and it was like every time he interacted with like the only other female character who was the love interest, it was like it gave me such secondhand embarrassment. The way they were talking, like the way he was describing her and talking to her, I was like, oh my God. Like he had more chemistry with the fish he caught.
Oh
like,
my God, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was just it was very forced and awkward, but I have heard a lot about Dungeon Crawler Carl, and I might give it a go because it sounds like it'll be a bit more action-packed compared to this one, which is more like cozy.
Yeah. Yeah, so the rest of this show is now going to be a Dungeon Crawler Carl show. So that's
Okay.
that's where we're at right now. Because we're going to fix this. We're going to fix this now because it's as far as I know for you and what you dig, and now that I know, like, you know, the audiobook train that you're on, like as soon as we hang up here, this is what you need to do. This is going to be your next thing that you're jumping into because Dungeon Crawler Carl is worth all the hype that it's getting. Like it is like insanely good. And I feel like if you're a normal person, like a normal person that reads and you're into books and like that, you'll like it. You'll enjoy it. But if you're a reader who is also a gamer, forget about it. Like this is going to be like one of your favorite books, especially the audiobook, because the audiobook, Jeff Hayes is a narrator, and he is like a straight up magician. Like you listen to the audiobook and you swear like there's like 5 or 6 people in there, like that are doing different voices, and it's amazing what he does. But it is like it's entertaining. The story's good. There's action, you know, it's comedy. There's a whole bunch of elements for like gaming, like, you know, gaming type stuff that as a gamer you would totally be like listening and visualizing and like being right there, you know, with it, you know. So it's you need to check it out. Like that is the number one thing that I would say to you right now that you should be doing. I think a lot of people who listen to a lot of audiobooks, there's a list of audiobooks that you recommend that you're like, you know, if you want to listen to audiobooks or if you're into them and you want to have a good experience, like there is a list that everybody is always recommending the same books. Project Hail Mary is on the top of the list, like neck and neck with Dungeon Crawler Carl. Like those two books are always described as audiobook primary. That's how you should be consuming that story. Like that's the way to go with those books. So, you know, you're in it, you're ready to go, you're into audiobooks, you're going down that way, then you need to pick this up. So I feel like like ending it now, so you just go do that now.
I will definitely add it to my list. It has been on my radar because Teeth, shout out to Teeth in the Discord, is I think they're doing the audiobook, or I don't know if they're doing audio or physical now, and they're really enjoying it. So
yeah,
it's been on my radar, but I will add it to my list probably maybe September. I'll pick it up in September. I'm about to start The Wheel of Time via audiobook because I'm mourning the loss of the TV show.
All right, so like I don't know what to tell you. Like, get it in there, get it going. There's somebody else. There was somebody else, Lexi. It looks like she is very obviously into Dungeon Crawler Carl too. Like I think she posted the other day that she was a backer for, like, you know, to kickstart the something, and she wasn't able to check out, so she missed out on something. But then they got back to her after the fact, after everything sold out, and they noticed that she was a backer of some sort or something. So like they let her continue with her purchase. So she got some like sweet looking swag going on that she's gonna be getting, and the main thing is a exclusive hardcover for the book that I just saw on eBay is going for like $500-$600.
Holy moly!
So yeah, she lucked out. She did good. but yeah, everybody that I know that is into it, they are like straight like hooked on everything. I think there's 7 books out right now. There's an 8th one coming. I want to say, like, I think I had this brain fart on my last show that I was talking about books, because I was trying to figure it out as I was talking. I think there's going to be 10. Maybe there's going to be more. I don't know. Like, I don't know exactly. I forgot what it was, but there is audiobooks for all of them right now. And the hardcovers just started coming out last year, because he was published independent. Not independent. Self-published. He was self-published, and then he got picked up last year, and they got hardcovers for all his titles, all the series. And that's when everybody started to realize, because the book itself has been out since like 2020-ish. And it's been an audiobook, and it's been like on my list since then to read it. And I always slept on it. And I was like, oh my God, like now that everybody's going crazy for it, that's when I decided to read it. And like, I could have been singing his praises for so long, and here I am. But yeah, give that a shot. You need to get on there. I can't wait for you to check it out.
Yeah. It sounds like it has what Heretical Fishing was missing, which that it wanted to be this like lit RPG, but then the actual leveling up part was like the character was locked out of it, so they didn't know that they were leveling up, and you kind of like lost that, which I get because it's not meant to be like a battle lit RPG. It's a cozy lit RPG, but it's kind of like I would have preferred if they just kept the leveling up part out of the book and just had it be this like cozy fantasy fishing story.
Yeah.
Because we knew he was leveling up because it was told to us. I don't know. I'm assuming it gets like fixed in later books, but the books are like I think they're like 24 hours long or something like insane. And I can't sit that long with an Australian accent. I'm sorry. It's too long.
Yeah, I get it. There's very detailed leveling up in this. Like it sounds like everything that you don't like about lit RPGs. Like it doesn't sound like that fishing book is a very good lit RPG. Let me just say that.
Oh, a lot of people hyped it, and I was just like, did we read the same book? But yeah, I'll definitely give Dungeon Crawler Carl a go. It does sound. It's been on my radar, but I think it kind of came on my radar when I finished Heretical Fishing, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if like lit RPG just isn't for me, but I think I just read the wrong one.
Yeah, just stop what you're doing and get on there. Yeah, Wheel of Time, it's been around. It could wait some longer. It's all right. You're good. Just get on this train, get with the excitement, and then we'll talk more about it in the Discord.
Okay, I'm ready for it to become my whole personality.
Yes. I was actually making more stickers for that. I have a few of them on the shop. I got to make more because they seem to be popular. So I got to get on that. Strike while the iron's hot.
Nice.
So yeah, we've been going for an hour and a half. I think we hit a lot of good points here. I think we're all right. This doesn't have to be, a once every 7 or 8 months thing. We could get on here and chat about other stuff, sooner or later, maybe after you finish the first Dungeon Crawler Carl book.
Okay.
And we'll...
Maybe I'll pick up a physical copy and I'll annotate it for you.
You need the audiobook. I'm telling you, it's.
I'll dual read. I'll audiobook and physical at the same time.
There you go. That's I don't expect anything less now. That's what I'm hoping to hear.
Nice.
But is there anything else that you wanna like throw out there? You want to shout out? You want to let everybody know where you're from, like where they can find you, and where you are most of the time, or whatever like that? And
I'm mostly on Discord. I think most people listening may know the Fairy Boot Discord. So shout out to the Fairy Boot Discord.
Everybody knows that now. I mean, it's like 5 different Discords in one now. I mean,
yeah, we like absorbed Illumicrate, the Fairyloot Reddit, Fairyloot. I think we're at like almost at 3,000, which is insane. Mm-hmm. I'm on Instagram. I'm not very active. I have like periods where I'm posting frequently, and then I'm like, okay, this is boring. So I'm like, yeah, I have an Instagram, but I don't really post. I mostly just doom scroll reels when I'm laying in bed. And that's it. That's me.
All right, that's you. All right, Sarah. It is a pleasure. I appreciate you coming on. And like I said, hopefully the next time is sooner rather than later.
Mm.
And
I'm always down. You just got to wrangle me.
Yeah. Just keep on DMing, being annoyed.
Although I feel like we organized this one pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's true.
Compared to previously.
That is true. Yeah, because other times it was like we let it marinate for a few months and and worked off the idea of doing it for a while. But this one was like very, very quick. I think it helps.
I wonder if we can, as I say, I wonder if we can con Autumn into coming on again.
I don't know. If she listens to this show, she might be unfriending us like everywhere we are. I mean, it's like, because I'm telling you, I haven't been on Instagram either. Like I cut out socials like 95% of the way, so it's like, I haven't been on there at all. I don't know what she's up to. Like maybe she quit books. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Like
No, she's definitely still doing it.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get something going and see if we could get her on, or the next author that you could, kidnap and bring into an AMA into the Discord. We'll put him in a podcast too.
Honestly, you should just email authors. That's what I did to get them on. I just emailed them. I was like, hey, I'm really excited for your book, or I really love your book. Can you come on the Discord? And they're all like super chill.
Oh man.
They will either just not respond, or they'll say yes. I think the only person who responded and said no was ML Wang, and she just said that she has like a very limited social battery for like interviews and stuff, and she'd already used it for the year. And I was like, that is so valid.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that sort of Kaigen ruined my life. But yeah, they're like super chill. You should absolutely like email them.
All right.
They're really, really lovely. I reckon you could get Matt Dinnerman on.
Yeah. I'll give him an email as soon as I get off here.
He's listening right now. Yeah. He's like, book me in.
Yeah, he's not doing nothing, right? He's cool. He's fine. All right, I'll give it a shot. Let's see what's going on. I used to try and contact game developers and stuff for gaming podcasts back in the day, and those always fell through. So I guess I got burnt out on trying to be cool like that. But it seems like it's cool. I'll give it a shot and see what happens, and then blame you when I'm sad.
If you need any help or anything, I'll absolutely help you. But right. I have faith that you can do it.
I'll drop the Fairy Boot name, and I'll be like, look, this is where I'm from.
Yeah,
this is.
Do it.
All
absolutely.
Right. All right, Sarah, it's appreciated. Hope you had fun. Hope it was a good show. And
I did. Thank you for having me again.
No problem. All right, take it easy. Peace out. Be safe.
You too. Bye.